Hey, check one, check two, check one, check two. It's Walks with Wolfie, and there are some very odd noises coming from the harbour this evening. Bit windy again. Need to have something up around my neck. I shaved. You believe it? I shaved. After a couple of weeks, I look completely different. I'm far more well presented with facial hair than without. Represented by the hair. Yeah, me and Wolfie. Represented by the fur line. We are. What are those strange noises? Sounds like somebody's drilling or welding or something. I don't know. It's hard to it's hard to make out. It's hard to make out. Are there stars in the bright sky? There are. And there's a moon. Like a big glowing lamp hanging up there over our heads, casting light down. How are you this evening, Wolfie? Are you okay? Did you sleep well last night? I didn't sleep well last night at all. Funny, isn't it? Funny how a day can change things. To move the mic, wait a bit. But not just a day. Not just a day, you know, like a moment can change things. A call can change things. A word can change things. A phrase can change things. A glance can change things. A wrong turn can change things. Right? So much can change things. I don't know. I like these walks. I like these. It's late again. It's late. Like I titled yesterday, it's late, but not too late. The mic won't stay in one place. It keeps bouncing around my face. Yay. That wasn't meant to be a rhyme, by the way. It's just the way. It won't. Oh, ships. Ships out there. Stop to look. A couple of ships out there. Glistening. Glowing. People working. Doing a good job, I hope. Doing a good job. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where I put the microphone. I can throw the microphone over the wall here and it would still stick to my face. It's ridiculous. Let me just bend it away from you a sec. Hold on. There we go. See if that works. You know, I'm liking these late evening walks when there's no one around. Not even the sound. Hands in the air that touch the ground. I'm stuck in rhyming couplets. That's bizarre. So is that. All the cars parked there are white. That's bizarre. Right. White, yeah. It's hard to keep those cars clean. Good cars for hot countries, though. definitely don't want a dark color. You definitely don't. So, what? Because I remember having this. I remember friends having these dark colored cars. Anything left in it would just cook out in Central Europe. It got so hot, it's ridiculous. Oh, live and learn. While the bridges burn, I suppose. Shall I take a turn down towards the sea? And all that he could see was the other side. The other side. I always wanted to take a picture of the reflections of the boats when the harbour water was still. Never really got around to it yet. Amazing the number of unrealized visions and dreams we have. People carrying those things to their graves. The sea does love to roar around here. It loves to roar and crash. Roar and crash. Look at those stars. And the stars in the bright sky look down where we lay. Look at those stars. It's just lovely. As if lit by the moon. Ah, constellations. Such beauty. Such beauty. I know it's an illusion, but the star looks like it's sort of looks like a piece of tinsel there, and greens, and it's glowing green and orange. It's got to be some kind of weird illusion. Oh, and if you've got a clear night and you look up and you focus on the stars, and then you realize between the stars there's more stars, and between those stars there's more stars. It's just grand. It's just grand. The air is clear. It's a lyric from a song that I wrote years ago, decades ago. And over the decades, he decayed. Right? Decades ago. Somebody always working here. There's always something going on. There's somebody in the garage. Never ending. Talk about late nights. This place is always open till 10, 11, 12 o'clock. It's midnight. Way past bedtime, mate. I bet you he's back here at 6 or 7 in the morning. Cars are stacked, racked, and packed here. Well, I guess you gotta work while there's work, right? I guess you have to. 'Cause who knows? Who knows where it's all going? I wanted to rant, to relay, to recite, to talk. I wanted to talk a little bit. Let's just stop for a second. Take in the surroundings. I wanted to talk about how everything is something else. I've covered this before in a lot of the life coaching materials, and if anybody finds this audio, it's probably nothing new to them, but it's a thought that has come to me and returned again and again and again and again. It won't leave me alone. It just won't. It won't let me be. This idea that everything is something else. Well, we've all heard the phrase that nothing's what it seems to be. And that's a bit of a broad sweeping statement, isn't it? Because, well, what do you mean? Can you be more specific, please? Well, yes. Everything is something else. Most people are not doing it for the reasons they say they're doing it. And that can be most easily understood in the difference between what and why. You can always see what somebody is doing, but why they're doing it is a bit of a mystery even to them themselves a lot of the time. A lot of people are just joining the dots together. The dots have already been placed there, they've already been positioned, knowing that somebody would come along and join them together. It's not necessarily a bad thing. We all need some kind of guidance, some level of guidance. We all need direction, correction, correctional facilities. What a term, eh? What a term that is, correctional facility. So, everything is something else. No one's doing it for the reasons that they tell you they're doing it. They're doing it for compromise, they're doing it to fit in. And it's not that people are, it's not that people are lying. They may be lying to themselves. They're not intentionally lying to other people. They're doing whatever they feel is the right thing to do, which, if you look down through history, a lot of people who felt they were doing the right thing, well, it wasn't right at all, was it? It was wrong. A lot of people, they just tried to fit in, they tried to be like everybody else. They just wanted to get by. They wanted to be left alone. They didn't want to have to qualify and justify everything they were doing. Like the average person just wants a quiet life, right? They just want to just leave me alone. Life. That's all they want. And it's understandable. You know, with so much going on in the world and people just wanting a little bit of peace, a little bit of space, a bit of land, a moment, a minute, something that's theirs and theirs alone. So it's understandable that people try to conform. Yet everything is for another reason. It's like when somebody says, that there's a calling. This is my calling. It's that's sort of just a broad statement that doesn't really tell us anything about why you're doing what you're doing. It's about as useful as, well, God told me to do it. Like, I don't think he did. Maybe God does have a plan. But I don't think he told you to put that plant on the mantelpiece, or that picture above the toilet, or the cat food in a dog bowl, whatever. I don't think he did. It's you. It's you who chose those things. It's you who did those things. And most people don't know why they're doing what they're doing. Some people will call it, well, it's a job. And we need people to do jobs. So absolutely. I'm happy that the road exists, the car exists, the power station exists. I'm happy. I'm happy that networks and systems exist. I'm grateful that some people sat down and decided, well, we need this many people to work here and this many people to... I'm grateful. I don't think it should be forced on people, though. I don't think everyone should be corralled around like animals. I'm one of the crazy people who believes in letting things be. Give people a bit of freedom, you know? Just a bit of peace. Please. Please, just a bit of peace. You know, something that used to bug me was when I'd go out to the countryside and I'd find other people out there. And it wasn't the people that bugged me, it was the people who carried stereos with them and radios with them and music with them and all that kind of stuff. I would be getting away to get away, you know, to get away from it all. I'd be getting away to get away. But they would be getting away to bring it with them, thinking that that's how you get away. No, wherever you go, you take yourself with you, don't you? You have to. There's not really any other way to do it or get it done. Right? Lord, ain't that the truth? Lord, ain't that the truth? I swear around here every second cigarette's not a cigarette. You work that one out for yourself, right? Anyway, as the cars drive up and down the roads because they've got nothing else to do, what else would somebody be doing at the beach in the dark, huh? In the cold. In the cold on the beach in the dark. Right? You take yourself with you. And when you take yourself with you, you look for excuses. You look for reasons beyond the reason. You tell yourself stories, you tell other people's stories. That have rays of truth in them, glimmers of truth, but everything is something else. Yeah. What was he talking about? Well, I've just heard so many stories. I've heard so many people say, oh, this is what and this is why. And And slowly over time, we evolve the understanding it's not true, especially if the narrative changes, especially if the story changes or it does not remain consistent enough to be just one thing. And that's true so often in so many people's lives. They constantly picking up and putting things down, and picking up and putting things down, and picking up and putting things down, and that's okay if you're looking for the new, but they don't know why they're doing it. You're just projecting, you think? I spend a lot of time listening. I spend a lot of time in self-reflection. I have no problem being alone. I don't want to be alone right now. That's the truth. But sometimes there's things you have to learn. And you have to learn who you are. And as much as it's nice when other people reflect you back to you, they only reflect back to you the image that you've projected. Like the mirror, you put on the clothes and the mirror will tell you how they look or show you how they look, and you'll decide. That's your opinions in the ears of others. That's how it works. Very rarely is it completely objective. I can tell you I've had some experiences in the last 24 hours where it's been completely objective, where someone said to me, no, that's not correct. I've been like, right. Damn it, you're right. Got to listen. Keep telling myself, got to listen. Got to listen to those who know more. It's always someone who knows more, and really knows more, not just say they know more. I mean, we're all experts at something and amateurs at something at the same time. That's the problem. That's what causes things not to work. You know, that's what causes, oh, he's great at basketball, let's have him on the football team as well. It doesn't work like that. You've seen those professional sports stars who try to skip from one sport to another and they fail miserably. Because we're specific creatures, our thoughts are unique, our skills are specified. It's not a problem. It's just who we are. It's just who we are, isn't it, Wolfie? All right there. Yeah. Okay, let's go. So, everything is something else. That the reason for it is very different from what people think. And the reason changes. And the reason gets forgotten. And we morph through life without any definite grounding in a specific point or purpose. And we project our purposes onto others. And once again, sometimes that has a positive effect. Like even psychologists will tell you there's attributes of a narcissist which are beneficial in the sense of needing somebody to make difficult decisions in a business context. So, and understanding which person to let make which decision matters. It really does. But so does understanding that everything is something else. That the cause and the reason is quite probably not what they're telling you it is. How does anybody end up anywhere? Right? Part of it is the flow and the integration of the systems that exist. Another part is just stumbling, tripping over yourself, trying to move forward, trying to get clarity, trying to get answers, trying to get understanding, trying to glean what is real. Stars are real out there. For sure. That's not a trick or a sleight of hand. Been there forever. And forever they will. But I want to urge people to dig deeper into the why. Dig deeper into the conversations that people should have, but they don't have. They, everything is on the surface because it's given to us that way. We are told what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. That is interesting because I wonder if there's an innate reality, especially for children, where there is no wrong, really. There's just experimenting with all the different ways of doing things, of all the different ways of trying, of searching and finding out finding out who you are. We get lost in crowds sometimes. We think that we'll find ourselves out there, but we don't. Just a wave amongst the waves. Very often. It's hard to stand out. It's hard to stand up sometimes. It comes from uncertainty. What is behind the what? All those personal development coaches will be screaming at you, what is your why? What is it? What is it that's gonna make you go further, run faster, get up earlier? What is your why? What is it? They will push you to understand. And it's important. It's very important. It's something you have to import. You have to bring it to you. You have to get closer to who you are. That's almost profound. So how do I get closer to myself? I don't know. You gotta work that one out yourself. It's trial and error. A lot of trial and a lot of error. And eventually you synthesize everything into some thing that has gravity or sense or roots. You get to peer behind the curtain. You get to see inside your own mind. What a bizarre experience that would be. To read yourself as if you were a book. It would be interesting, that's for sure. But everything is something else. Listen carefully to what people say. Or even better, don't listen to what they say, watch what they do. In case you missed it, I'll repeat it. Don't listen to what they say, watch what they do. There are signs, there are signals, and they're out there. Just as we're out here, and we have returned back to the starting point of our journey. Make sure you make your day a journey, not just a destination. It's up to you. Have a good one. Me and Wolfie are out. Take care.